The design hooked me instantly. The curved lugs, the mix of polished and brushed surfaces, the tall vintage-style box crystal, all of it just works together beautifully. Honestly, the fact that it's powered by a self-winding automatic movement was almost an afterthought. I was already sold on the looks alone. And then you see the price, $60. So where does this inspiration come from? Well, it's a clear homage to the Seiko Tic Tac limited edition that dropped in 2019. That watch took cues from the Seiko Alpinist as well as vintage Tudors and Rolexes and sold for around $500 at launch. You can still find them on eBay for similar money today. But here's the thing. The Addiesdive doesn't just replicate the Tic Tac. In some ways, it improves on it. The Tic Tac had a more protruding, asymmetrical crown guard, whereas the AD2038 keeps things clean and symmetrical. And yes, the price is 10 times lower. It's still powered by a Seiko NH35 automatic movement, which is a proper Japanese workhorse. So you're not really missing much. And the link to the listing is in the description below the video, so do check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now let's get in and talk about this Addiesdive in a lot of detail. Let's do it. Let's run through the dimensions. We're looking at a 38.2mm case diameter, 12.9mm in height, though a good chunk of that height comes from the tall boxed crystal. Lug to lug is just 45mm, making it extremely wrist-friendly. Lug width is 20mm, tapering to 16mm at the clasp. Weight, about 125 grams. The proportions are truly unisex, perfect for anyone from a beginner in horology to someone with a seasoned collection. Even on my 6.5-inch wrist, the watch looks right at home. The wide set lugs give it a contemporary stance, yet the size keeps it classic. From the side, the case profile is a clear throwback to vintage Rolex cues, plump and convex, almost cushion-like. The polishing isn't overly glossy, but it reflects light, cleanly and evenly. The lug tips curve downward, further reducing any chance of overhang. Follow that transition and you'll see the finely brushed lug hoods literally drop off the polished mid-case. The fixed bezel surrounding the crystal is polished, adding a touch of luxury. And yes, the crystal itself is mineral, not sapphire, but it's a single dome boxed mineral crystal with charming edge distortion, stretching and skewing the beige indices for that undeniably retro vibe. On the right side, there's a 5.4mm screw-down crown. It's not oversized, but it fits the minimalist styling perfectly. The tip is sandblasted and engraved with the Addiesdive logo. Flip it over and you're greeted with a screw-down case back engraved with some basic specs and the logo dead center. Now, the bracelet deserves a mention. The end links integrate seamlessly with the head of the watch. The brushing on the bracelet matches the lug hoods perfectly, so it feels cohesive. The design is Jubilee-style, which adds a premium quirk to what is otherwise a budget piece. There is a little stretch when it's new due to the slight gaps between rows in the 5-link design. But the link articulation and drape are excellent, so it hugs the wrist comfortably. The clasp is a double push-assigned clasp with 5 micro adjustments. Now, let's move to the real star of the show, the black dial, sitting just beneath that tall mineral box crystal. A clean white chapter ring encircles the dial. At 3 o'clock, there's a neatly cut date window. The sizing is perfect. Not too small to be awkward, and not too large to disrupt the compact layout. The classic hands are another nod to the Tic Tac inspiration. They're finished in the same beige hue as the indices, creating a warm, vintage feel. The brand name is printed just under 12 o'clock in a cursive font that screams old-school charm. The entire composition feels balanced and intentionally vintage. As for lume, this is Addiesdive lume at its best. Even though the elements are printed, they glow bright and long-lasting. The lume test showed excellent brightness and longevity, which is impressive for a watch at this price point. Under the hood is the Seiko NH35 automatic movement, 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, 6 ticks per second for a smooth sweep, and around 42 hours of power reserve. So here it is, the Addiesdive AD2038 in all its detail. The bracelet, yeah, could be better, agreed, Yet the dial, the design, the overall aesthetics of this piece, pretty much remarkable. Anyways, $50. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.